In this video, we're going to be taking a look at some of the great and some of the not so great things about the OnePlus 10T. This is not a full review, but we do have a full written review, which you can check out in the description, with a full review video arriving once we've had more time spent with the phone. Alright, so the T line of OnePlus phones have always been about speed, and the 10T is no exception. That Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 chip with at least 8GB of RAM make for a very powerful experience. This thing is very quick, it's super smooth, especially with that 120Hz display. Overall, it's great for the heaviest of use cases. You're looking at true flagship performance here. The theme of speed continues with the charging. The 10T can charge at a whopping 125 watts here in the US, which is insane, and even faster at 150 if you're in Europe and India. So what does this mean exactly? Well, simply put, you can charge this phone from 0 to 100% in about 20 minutes, which is wild. This is easily one of the biggest selling points here, as this increases usability and peace of mind in day-to-day usage. Now, to piggyback on that point, the charging brick required to achieve such high charging speeds is included in the box. Thumbs up to OnePlus for not following the crowd, at least in this area, by not including the brick in the box and charging a premium to get your hands on one. Next is battery life. It may not have the absolute greatest battery performance of all time, but it's quite good here with the 10T. In my use so far, it seems to sip battery in standby and provides very solid endurance through heavy use. Being able to make it through a full day's use on a single charge with normal use is easily achievable, with around a day and a half on a single charge with light usage. While $650 isn't cheap or low enough to put it in the budget category, it's actually relatively low. The OnePlus 8T started at $750, the OnePlus 9 started at $730, and of course this year's Pro model started at $900. That's significant, and for a limited time, OnePlus has the maxed out variant with 16 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage matched at that same starting price of $650. That's pretty good. On the other side of the spectrum, we gotta talk about the alert slider and how there isn't one here on the 10T. It's very interesting, seeing as how that would make this the first of its kind from OnePlus. For myself and a lot of other users, the alert slider was something I really enjoyed having and something I missed when using other phones. Now, according to OnePlus, they did this to save space so they could cram the super fast charging, a bigger battery, and improved antennas into the phone, but I don't know, it's very unfortunate the slider is gone and I wish they didn't get rid of it. The fingerprint sensor is placed pretty low in the display. I remember this being an issue with the 9 Pro's sensor. Now, they moved it to a much better spot with the 10 Pro, which was great, but then they dropped it right back down to the bottom on the 10T. It's really interesting. The current state of Oxygen OS with the heavy Color OS influence won't be everyone's cup of tea, and it may completely turn off fans of previous iterations of Oxygen OS. Understandably so. It's a pivot for sure, and it's something to get used to, and OnePlus is offering 4 years of updates with security patches arriving every other month. And as we've seen, these updates do lag behind and take time making it over to devices. It's not a deal breaker, but this is something to keep in mind if the best software support is at the top of your list of importance. Next, there's no wireless charging. While the super fast wired charging is great and really more practical, I feel wireless charging should have been tossed in here for the convenience factor, especially at this price. Last but not least, we're talking about that macro camera. This is a 2 megapixel sensor with fixed focus, and it's pretty pointless. I'm convinced it's here just so there could be a triple camera setup, and so it could add on to the spec sheet to make it look cooler or whatever. Seriously, whatever it cost to add this, the money could have and should have been put into something else. So what do you think of the OnePlus 10T? Got anything you'd like for us to cover for our full review? Let's talk about it in the comments. It's been Zach, I'll talk to you later, and thanks for watching.